Disclaimer, copyrights enforced. The following is based on true events, facts, fiction, second-party observations, nonsense, hearsay, bullshit. You be the judge. One thing we guarantee is 100% pure entertainment. All names, places, persons, and things, etc. have been changed for privacy issues. This show is R-rated, may contain obscene language, nudity, not for persons under 18. Please listen responsibly. I'm ready, bros. I'm ready. Welcome, listeners. Blowhard Talk Hard here with Julian and his co-host
Reimer in the house.
Reimer jumped the gun, but he's in the house. Hey, yes. Reimer, how are you, brother?
Yeah, I'm good, brother. How you keeping?
Good. No complaints. Our girl Sabrina's taking a week off. We'll talk to her next week.
Yeah, she just probably snowed in, man. The whole world's snowed in right now on this continent.
Fuck, it snowed. My dad told me it snowed in Greece. Ridiculous. And it never snowed that much. And I'm like, I just sort of like shrugged it off, whatever, like, fuck, whatever, I live here. But it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, man. I as a recovering Earth muffin will say this. I think because we've reduced a little bit of the carbon in the air.
What's Earth muffin? Like that's, I don't want to say anything, but I'm going to let you answer that because people want an Earth muffin.
Yeah, there's tree huggers and then there's, people who are like, yeah, let's go, granola, woohoo, outdoors.
You live in a different world than I do, man. But anyways.
So I'm recovering from that shit. Fuck it, the planet's doomed. Let's just enjoy the...
That's what Bill Gates said, bro. He goes, there's too many people to sustain 7 billion people. That's why he's got this new pharma, Johnson & Johnson. You take that needle, the rumor conspiracy, not my words.
Yes.
If you take it, in 20 years, the girls aren't going to be able to get pregnant. It's going to click something in your body, in the woman's body.
Yeah.
And she's going to miss 2 generations of cycles, which people will die and nobody will be born. And that'll decrease the population.
So they're giving it right now to frontline workers and seniors.
Yeah, but they're also going to give it to 20-year-olds eventually too.
Yeah, but they're going to be the last, so I think we want to keep them breeding. Is that the plan?
No, and 5 years to take a break from breeding, so the babies aren't born, but people die. So from 7 billion, we go to 6 billion. If you think about it, it's a rumor, bullshit, whatever, but It's pretty whacked. Like if they actually did that.
Okay, I'm gonna walk back on this with an old reference. And who was it? Was it Ozzy Osbourne or Metallica or something like this? Long time ago, there was a band that was accused of killing. Somebody killed themselves because they were listening to the record.
Probably Ozzy, not Metallica, but okay.
And they went to court and shit. This is famous. And they simply said, because I don't know, maybe the guy was playing the record backwards.
I understand.
Message or something there.
I understand.
He was told to kill himself.
He wasn't told to kill himself, but the guy just perceived it that way, of course. Okay.
And so people thought, heavy metal is like making kids kill themselves.
80s, yeah.
And then
bullshit.
the band said in court going, what band would want to kill their fans?
That's right.
Why would you want to do that?
Yeah.
Why would you want to reduce your fan base? So when I'm thinking about this, why would we want to reduce our consumer base, right? These corporations, they need more people alive to buy more of their like $1 plastic piece of bullshit. And if you're living through this pandemic...
There's a limit to everything, bro.
Yeah.
You have a fridge, you shove 50 beers in it, there's no more beers, there's no more room for the beer. Unless you got to drink them all, and then, don't replenish for a while.
But you can take your time, you don't have to rush through them all.
But we seem to rush. Didn't you tell me that 1 degree change in the weather, it takes 1,000 years?
It would take well over 1,000 years.
Okay, now how long did it take to take 1 degree?
Like 10,000 years. Now we've escalated in less than 1,000 years.
I thought you said it was 1 degree in 25 years.
Recently, yes.
So that shows that we're not obviously taking our time.
No, we're just putting a lot of shit in the air. And then the new stuff is a lot of corporations are stepping up saying, oh, well, we're gonna be at net zero by 2050. We're going to stop making internal combustion engines by 2050. Well, okay, the thing is, 2050 is the deadline for when would be the last. So we have to start reducing shit long before that. 2050, we have to be boom, like zero all around.
But I heard the top 5 predictions for 2021. The electric car, the solar paneling. They're going to make solar panel cities. Grids that are going to go to one house, and that one house is going to feed the other houses. It's pretty sick. That Tesla guy right now is the 5th richest guy in the world.
What did he drop? Because he was like number 1 for last month.
He's he's 5 now, but they said by July he's going to be the one, and he's going to be number 1 by King, because all his money is everything that he did, his ideas are all going to be taken into like his thing. Like right now they're going to be into use. They're going to be put into practice. So he's going to be kill everybody.
Oh, he's well ahead of the curve, man, with all that battery storage he's working on.
Exactly. Amazon sells fucking pens and shit.
Well, him and Jeff Bezos are teaming up, eh?
For what?
For space exploration.
Okay, that's another thing.
Satellites.
That's a totally different thing. Yeah.
So they're gonna blanket the planet is the goal with
satellites.
low satellites.
Yeah.
So you can get
internet free,
5G.
So they can follow your ass everywhere you go.
100%.
Yeah.
Yes. And then people are worried about the government watching them. They will be.
They're
watching.
already watching you, anyways.
If you got a cell phone in your pocket, you're being watched.
Pretty much. Even if it's off. There was a guy on YouTube, he goes, the conspiracy, if your phone is off, if they really wanted you, obviously they're not going to home in on me or you.
No.
But if you're like some fucking guy
Terrorist
who's a terrorist or whatever, phone off, TV off, they fucking look through that TV. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I used to tell people, so if the government's watching, they can see me jerking off if the TV's off.
Yeah.
Good for them. They get a free show once in a while.
For sure.
Actually, 3 times a day. You know the fucked up thing about we were talking about Amazon? Like, that's my favorite. I'm addicted.
To Amazon?
Yeah.
Like
the
buying
shopping.
or watching? The shopping, okay.
No, I don't really like their shit, but like, I watch 2.5 Men. Again, I know. But I just ordered right now, like we were talking before, when you walked in, condoms, because every time you go with you trust the girl to have a condom, they have these fucking Durex fucking crap, they're thick, they're shit, they're this, they're that. So I go, let me invest in my own package to have some. Like, I'm not going to put it in I don't have a wallet anyways. I have a money clip.
And you're not supposed to carry your condoms in a wallet.
Well, people do. That was the old joke, right? I have this condom from the 60s, from the whatever year, the whole year.
When they were made out of cat skin.
Yeah, well, there's some guys who would, I don't know if that was a joke, but some people, I guess, would put it in their wallet for the night out.
Well, yeah. You would, because where are you going to put it? In your pocket? And you pull it
I don't know, but if you don't carry a wallet, what do you do?
Because I pulled my hand out of my pocket and shit's falling out.
I always trust the girl that's going to bang has condoms.
You hope.
No, they always do. Give me a break.
But maybe you meet that girl who's like, I didn't know I was going to bang
tonight. Well, then you stop at 7-Eleven or a gas station at 2 in the morning. Not a big deal. Or call Uber Eats and go, by the way, they bring me a McDonald's and a 10-pack of Trojans. But anyways, getting back to the thing, to the condoms.
As the Uber guy's in the men's room at a fucking gas station plugging in quarters for the vending machine.
Listen, I had this girl, she was living at Yorkville. She was a friend of mine. I lent her some money one time. So I go, hey, can you, can I get that back? She goes, yeah. All of a sudden she didn't give it to an Uber guy. An SUV, black, just pulling down the fucking street. I go, it must have cost $80, as opposed to a regular Uber with probably 15.
Oh, right, yeah.
And the guy hands me an envelope. He goes, hey, Julia? I go, yeah. And I'm like, okay, man. The envelope had $300 in it. You just spent 80. Like, what's wrong with you? I could have driven over there if that was the case. It was literally 5 minutes from my house. So I go, why would you? She goes, those guys, you don't trust them. You trust, at least the guy in the SUV is not going to steal the envelope.
Because he's what? Because he's got an SUV?
Supposedly they're more elite. They're more elite, whatever.
I think it's because they got a more elite vehicle. So they get to
drive around more richer people. They do.
Right.
That's the true thing.
Yeah.
It is, because you're paying $80 for a $20 ride. The guy's going to show up with a beautiful truck.
I got a ride in a Tesla once on
Really?
an Uber. Yeah, and the guy said he chose to do the regular thing because he wants to introduce people to Teslas. He's a computer guy.
Who is this guy?
This guy, no, he's a computer programmer.
Yeah, but what's his deal? Who does he care about Tesla? Does he have stocks or?
We talked. He's a computer programmer. He's really into new technologies and shit like
Fine.
that. And he's awake at night.
Is he ambassador for Tesla?
He's awake at night. He likes to kill a few hours. He does it for 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours, I think is what he said. And he just to kind of kill time.
And he drives around the Tesla, then he gets all the young punks in his car spitting and puking.
And everybody loves talking about the Tesla. He loves talking.
The best car I've ever taken in an Uber, grabbed me from a hotel, was a Mercedes electric, and it felt brand new, 2020 or whatever it was. And I found it so intriguing because the dashboard and everything. And I was asking the guy, say the battery runs out, but the key? $5 of gas. It has emergency, so if the battery runs out.
Oh, okay.
So you put $5 of gas in the tank, never uses it, but it goes for 400 kilometers, off a charge.
Yeah.
Which is fucking Niagara Falls 3 times, back and forth. Or back, forth. But if you happen to be like that guy, you're running low, it goes into gas mode,
Emergency.
and just for backup. So that's the thing. But it was such a beautiful ride, Mercedes. It was over like 90 grand. Like it was not a nice looking car.
Wow. You know who's going all electric is Jaguar. I think they're by 2025.
That's another prediction. 2012. Ford is. So is everybody. They're all dipping their feet
Ford.
in.
Holy smokes! Ford hasn't had a good idea since the Model T,
yeah,
since the
1914.
conveyor belt automation.
That car made them rich.
Yeah. And you know what? So recently, if you go into
They also donated to the Nazi fucking war effort back then, Ford.
we'll talk. Okay, hold on. Put a pin on that.
FYI.
Because they had money. Ford. So back in the Model T days, they said you can have any any car you want as long as it's black.
Who said that?
You can have any color you want as long as it's black. That was Ford on the Model T.
I'm drinking, guys. Sorry, listeners. I'm just choked. You can have any color you want as long as it's black.
Yeah, that was their. Are
you fucking with me?
Yeah, because
that was back then.
That was way back then when they had the conveyor, when they were doing the automation.
I remember. Those marketing guys weren't too smart back then.
Go to the Tesla website right now. All their cars are black.
Tesla cars?
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a throwback that they're now innovating the future.
I bought some chairs for my poker game, and the girl goes, I'm over here at one of those fucking Pottery Road mansions. She goes, the house is for sale. You can see it. Then I go, I can't see it. Every house is a mansion over here. She goes, no, look at the front with the Tesla. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck cars look like. I go, okay, man, why don't you just keep bragging as we keep going? So I go to the door, I knock, finally their nanny or maid opens it. She was a young girl, this girl who owned the house, like 25. And I got 10 chairs from her. But anyways, because she was selling the house. And I go, what's this worth? She goes, oh, it's not too much, like 5.5 million. I'm like, that's not bad. I go, yeah.
They're just giving it away, eh?
Well, as opposed to the other houses in the area, yeah, the other ones were like 10 probably. But just the way she said it, it's not much, 5.5. I'm like, yeah, that's all right. Like I played it cool, right? In my head, I'm like, oh, fuck yourself, bitch. Like who you talking to? You think you're talking down to somebody you don't know? 5.5. I'm about, okay. You want me to give you 5.5 million wax?
A few years back, I had this crazy gig at over in North Etobicoke, the rich area, like the Doug Ford lives around.
I was going to say my sister's. Yeah, that area. Islington is like Islington, Rathburn Road. They have $1 million houses.
I had no idea.
Back then they were $1 million. Now they're.
Oh. And so I was in this house, and there was a Halloween show, and the family was about to tear it down, so they're just having
bust it up a little.
Just busted up party. And while I was in there, they were saying, oh, we're knocking this house down. It was like fucking gorgeous, right? But they're building a new mansion on top of the old mansion.
That's money. That's what they do. The guy across the street from my house did that. He paid 1.5, didn't tear it because he left a shell.
Okay.
Put 1 million renovation.
Incredible.
2.5 now. But again, on my street, because it's like, Bloor Street, whatever, you pay for the area. The house is like, come on, man, 2.5, you could have got a fucking really nice house somewhere. But now he made it a pretty interesting style and everything's pretty intense.
Yeah, I like it when people keep like a little bit of the historical appeal of
the outside of it,
outside,
but it's a nicer home. And remember that street, Palmerston Road?
Yeah.
Like they have like those big vintage homes, Rush Home on Bloor Street.
Yes.
Those have those big, if you fix those houses up, they're
gorgeous, man.
Well,
those used to be single dwellings way back in the day.
They still are, some of them. Yeah. My buddy owns one, and they have indoor like depth swimming pools.
What?
In the city, on Rush Run and Bloor,
I know
two guys have pools, like 10 feet each.
Cause I used to live.
Rush Home and Bloor is just a block west of Dovercourt.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in my backyard you can't dig it because there's pipes.
Oh man, that's definitely a beautiful neighborhood. I recommend a little visit down there. I'm just falling back on this. You were mentioning Ford and their Nazi association. Check this out. IBM also, right? They were.
I didn't know IBM.
IBM.
They're part of. They're part. I know IBM computers, man. I'm not that.
They were also. I mean, they put their money in a little bit behind the Nazi war machine as well during the war. And now in Europe for this COVID, they're doing this. They're coming out with a tracking app, right?
Is IBM? What's his face?
No,
Gates?
no.
That's Microsoft.
Okay. Yeah. IBM is just the computer.
Etc. Whatever. Yeah. Okay.
And now they're coming out with a tracking app and device to see if you've interacted with somebody at work, at the workplace, right? So it beeps if you're too close to somebody within the 6 foot proximity, and then if somebody ever got COVID, then it tells you and lets you know who was on that
man,
vicinity.
man, I'm fucking sick and tired of this shit, man. Like these people, this thing always makes me sick. Like enough's enough, fuck off.
Enough is enough.
I was driving here, and this girl on the radio goes, what did we learn from this? No more sharing of chapstick, no more buffets are gonna close because nobody wants to go pick at food after somebody else picked. And I'm thinking, okay, this girl is making some good points. But now what you're saying, track this, track that, fuck off. Enough's enough.
Yep. No more, no more driving, less commuting, stay at home more.
People don't stay at home, bro.
Not in this city, man.
No.
Not in Toronto. Everybody's out.
Whatever. Getting back to that Nazi, you know who was the designer? Ford? Is there a designer Ford? You know the SS uniforms, those black military?
Oh, Hugo Boss.
Hugo Boss designed those for the SS.
Yes.
That's why those guys were fucking good-looking killers.
Yes.
Dressed beautiful to kill.
A friend of
And this is just a joke because we were talking about investors. People don't know this, that a lot of these big names were big
designers and architects. Yeah.
They're into it.
Well, yeah, you want to save your life going, hey, I can design, don't kill me. I'll make something pretty.
I'll make you fucking look like a mean machine.
Yeah.
Anyways, getting back to those condoms from Amazon, perfect. Amazon's the best.
They don't have their own brand as far as I know.
No.
But it's a good place to get condoms, and you can get them sometimes same-day delivery.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, or same day.
Now. But anyways, the reason I ordered them is I was sick and tired of these girls always having their own because I fucking trying to get them on is ridiculous. They're fucking fat with rubber. I don't even know, Durex, whatever they're called. And they're the same size for normal. Not that I'm big, let's not get stupid. I'm not trying to say that. But if anybody's ever put on a condom, I'm sure a lot of people have, they're difficult, those regular ones, right?
Yeah, like the average Durex or...
But are they average? Do they have a length to those ones when you go to a gas and grab a pack? Is there a size?
I don't... Yeah, there must be. I think so because like using the Magnums, right?
But the Magnum says large.
Large.
Extra large, et cetera, et cetera.
They're comfortable, they fit properly, they roll all the way down.
But extra large is bigger. But the thing is, then they also have Magnum, like say, they don't say regular, they say thin. But they're not large. They don't say the word large on them.
No, they're just...
So what is the size of the average fucking pack? Thick size.
There has been studies on that. Like
girth-wise, width-wise, and length-wise.
Yeah.
Because I find that, a lot of girls, he's not big. Like, I'm not big, but I'm average in length, but I'm thick. So, and you can't get that fucking thing on.
So, yeah.
No mic, no talk. That's Pat, guys. He tries to, I told him 1,000 times, you want to communicate, which is great, but you have to put the microphone with you because, otherwise we sound blah, 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 blah. You know what? I told him 20 times. Maybe he'll listen after.
One day he'll figure it out. Yeah.
Anyways, there's got to be a length. I don't know, but the large is obviously, it's more for like getting them on because if you're a little bit on the thicker side, I think they fit. Extra large, obviously, you got to be a fucking like a big dick for those girls who like big dicks, which everybody does, I guess. I don't know.
So I wonder if there's a difference between like the girthy.
The girth is the key, yes.
Girth is the key versus length. So is there...
Length is only certain...
Because some of them are just like small and you're like fighting it just to get over the head of your cock.
That's the problem. That's the thing. I'm not talking about the length. You can be average in length, but you could thick.
Yes.
And I don't mean thick like a fucking Coke can. This girl one time told us I was trying to get this guy a blowjob, but I couldn't, it was that thick, my mouth couldn't get around it. And I'm like, she was picture a Coke can. I'm like, holy fuck. Okay. Thick, but not big. He wasn't long.
So what do you use, like a Glad bag on that? Like
I don't know what the condom she did. No, but she was giving him, I don't know what she did, but I'm just saying, like, that's the thing. That guy can't wear a fucking regular condom.
So the average penis size in the world is 13.58
centimeters.
So or 5.5 inches.
5.5. Wow.
Yeah, and the largest is 17.6, which is centimeters, which is 6.93 inches. Found in Ecuador, and the smallest...
Stop giving us centimeters and inches when you're confusing people. Say two numbers. Inches.
Yeah, I know, but I thought it'd be more fun to go
No,
to
because you have to simplify, because you got me confused there too now.
Okay, so we'll run again in
average
inches.
Length is what?
The average length...
Of a condom or a dick?
A dick. Okay, so the average penis size...
Oh, motherfucker, man.
Okay, is 5.3.
That's fucking small, man.
Okay.
Who said that?
So in the largest is Ecuador, according to this.
In Ecuador, they have the biggest dicks?
The smallest was 3.9 inches in Cambodia. So the average penis size in Ecuador also has the largest percent of body height at 10%. Okay, so Ecuador.
Okay, you're losing it, buddy. You're losing it. Come on.
Cameroon.
Stop with the reading. Stop with the fucking Google. Okay. Anyways.
Cuba 6.5. Hong Kong, 4.
Shit. Enough. Anyways, that's what I was just saying. I don't know the length. The listeners, if you're out there, shoot us a little DM or something and just say, I need to know the size of an average length condom because they're garbage. They don't fit. I don't know why but there's like so many different ones of those. And then you gotta like, I'm not a specialty guy to go start ordering extra large. I'm not saying that, but
if the condom fits, wear it.
But they don't. They're fucking tight as fuck to get
stick
it
with your
off.
brand. If it's comfortable, don't go fucking experimenting.
Whoever had a brand.
I remember Effie White, she was talking about the Durex purple box, which I've yet to try.
Effie, our guest that works in the industry?
Yes.
What did she say?
Effie White was saying that her preference is the most comfortable, pleasing all around is as purple Durex.
Purple condom Durex.
Yeah. Now, I haven't tried that one. I've definitely...
The box is purple or the condom's purple?
The box is purple.
Okay.
Right? And it just stuck in my mind because I have bought the Durex with a silver
but
a
there's
while
so
back.
many different kinds.
I will never wear them again because it was a fucking... fight to get
Durex
it
has
off.
20 different brands. Studded, fucking this, non-lubricant, lubricant. We're talking size. I don't know about why she preferred the purple one, but whatever. Was that an average size one?
She didn't mention anything about size. She
Anyways,
just said
fuck
she
the
enjoyed
condoms.
it.
Okay, we drop it. Anyways.
Fucking drop the condoms!
Let's take a little bit of a break.
Hey, listeners, with 2020 behind us, thank God. We got 2021 coming up. It's going to be an incredible year for Blow Hard, Talk Hard. Our numbers have been through the roof. That's right. And you guys have been a part of our journey, and we want you to continue to share and like, subscribe, and download Blow Hard, Talk Hard. We're going to be blowing out the new year like it's New Year's every day. Join us.
Welcome back, listeners. Reimer, good?
Yeah, man.
Anyways, you know what? I want to talk more conspiracy bullshit because you fucking got me nervous. I want to talk aliens. How about that, you bitch?
You okay, bitch?
Atta boy. Aliens is going to be fucking hilarious because I'm going to fuck your head up with my knowledge.
Oh, gosh. Let's do this.
I believe in aliens, of course. You don't
You're a
believe?
fucking prick if you don't.
Did you ever see Aliens on the Moon? The show?
You mean Third Rock from the Sun?
Are you high? What?
Are you high?
Aliens on the Moon is a documentary. It was on YouTube or on Netflix, I think, at one point.
We're talking about aliens. You're asking me if I'm high.
The dark side of the moon. The dark side of the moon is where they showed actual construction, like square, like from
Send
buildings.
me this now. I want to watch it.
Aliens on the moon.
Hell yeah. Well, I haven't seen it, but I want to.
Yes. You know why they never went back to the moon?
Because the aliens said leave?
And don't come back.
Yeah.
Well, we've lost contact with producer Pat. We are currently trying to make contact from our Area 51 station.
Yeah, we're in Area 51. We're in Area, Sabrina and Reimer are in Area 51.
The dark side of the moon, the Chinese have just been on there.
Okay. Let me educate you for a second.
I want to back it up. When have humans ever left the place that they were told they weren't welcome? And I'm sure the First Nations people of this continent would be the first to have that discussion.
Okay,
We're not one to retreat.
I don't know about that shit. We're
not one
talking
to
about
retreat.
aliens.
We're not one to retreat.
Okay, why haven't they gone back?
Because, I don't even think they went there personally.
Okay,
Heyo.
that's another conspiracy theory. But
Yeah.
what about this guy? He's a doctor, and he has all these like plane guys, jet fighters who chase them down, and they're all saying, "We seen him." Even the fucking guy, the astronaut, not the
Neil
The,
Armstrong?
the military agents?
Mike, do you know that as
Jesus.
part of the new bill for like relief in America for COVID-19, there's an amendment that they put in there that 180 days after they pass it, they must declassify all the UFO information.
Why?
That they have. They just snuck it in there, as, so they don't know why they did that.
That's ridiculous.
So it's like we're
Okay.
going to give all these trillions. Everyone's going to get a check, and also we're going to get down to the bottom of the aliens.
Well, that's the thing.
The thing that trips me out about the aliens that I think
Thanks
is so
for that big
funny.
interruption, Pat. Sorry to interrupt you, Sabrina, because I was on a roll. And
Wait, let's
go on.
back to you, Julian.
No, you say because I've totally lost my
Or
mind.
you lost your. You'll get back on
I'll
the
get
train.
it
You'll
back.
find it. So what I think is super funny is that the guy from Blink 182, Tom DeLonge.
yes.
Yeah, Reimer's got thrown his head back in laughter. Pat, you know about this?
Okay.
So what is it called? the United States International. It's like the Intergalactic Alliance or some fucking thing that Tom DeLonge, the guy from Blink 182, the pop punk band.
Yeah.
He leads this organization, and he's like, I get information from the government, and like,
Okay,
and like
I don't know
he
about
does.
This sounds like a retard.
No, man, we don't love that. We don't love throwing that word around. But anyway,
No, the good way.
okay. So he
Like delayed.
claims that he gets information from the government, and for years and years, I've been like, what the fuck is wrong with Tom DeLonge? Well, it turns out, based on my current, way of thinking, is he's being intentionally fed misinformation by the U.S. government to create fear among people, so that we're afraid of aliens, when in fact nobody that has ever made contact with an alien has ever been harmed. So they're using Tom DeLonge
What are you
as a puppet.
talking
hold
about?
on, hold on. Okay.
Wait a minute. Whoa. First of all, there was a guy, I don't know these guys' names because I watch these shows. He went down in New Mexico. There was stages of a mountain that they were sacrificing humans for technology. And they would do studies and tests, and when you go deeper, they would get deeper into the experiments to pretty much killing the people. That's why there's so many missing people unaccounted for. There's one theory on that.
Go on.
Don't laugh. Anyways, this guy goes, I was going down, the thing, there was a Red Marine, whatever they're called, brigade, what are they called? Marines. He goes, the big 7-foot gray alien shot this blue of light, and his hands were burnt off, and he had this big chest, like, burn. And it goes, the Marine shot and killed him. Anyways, long story, the guy was on a tour promoting all this stuff. 2 weeks later, he was found hung. He hung himself in his bedroom.
Oh, every person that's ever been on the brink of creating
But him and
major
his
change gets
colleagues,
murdered.
3 of them killed themselves too, and then he killed himself. This is on TV. And then they went to his wife. Was he like that? She goes, no, there was no reason. So why would he hang himself? Why were his fingers burnt off?
I know, he's tortured. The CIA did that.
You don't believe it, right?
I'm not.
Everybody
fully
believes
convinced,
the KGB and all that shit, but the CIA is the good, like they're good.
man. No, the kids. So why wouldn't the CIA do something like that, man?
So what was the other, the not Neil Armstrong, the other guy that was on the moon?
Buzz Aldrin.
Yes. He was asked, did you see an alien on the moon? He goes, I'll deny to ask the question. The Canadian defense minister admits there's aliens on this fucking planet.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Now, are they talking about aliens from outer space, or are they just talking about what we refer to people who illegally immigrate?
Like the people that come from Mexico to the States and back and
called
forth?
illegal aliens. Yeah.
No, we're talking the fucking little gray guys.
You gotta have a real fucking ego on you to think that the miracle of existence is only possible on this fucking teeny tiny little green and blue ball floating in the middle of the universe.
Absolutely.
There's other life out there.
If you could possibly wrap your mind about how big the universe is.
That's right.
Okay. Massive. All right. Now, if you think about how distant all these galaxies are, the Earth is tiny. It is like a grain of sand in the ocean.
So do you believe in the aliens?
Why would the aliens come to this planet of all the planets out of potential billions of
Well,
planets?
they
we
gave us
have
life. They build
conscious
us.
life.
They build us.
And how do they know?
Because look at the Neanderthal man. He was a test for a slave, and they blew it. So then they did more genetics, and then that's how we evolved. I know all the church people think it's Adam and Eve. It could get kind of ugly, but this is just a conspiracy theory that the man, because they were building hybrids, and they made us today. We evolved because of them.
Yeah.
And it's true.
Listeners, this is not the direction I thought this was
No.
going to go to start the day.
Another
talking about UFO.
another last point that I'll draw. You said the moon. The moon is perpendicular, perfectly aligned between the sun and the earth, providing us shelter from the sun, because the moon is man-made. It was aligned. It was moved in that direction, because they said if the moon wasn't there, we'd be all crisp from the sun.
Can I say that I've never felt closer to Julie in my life?
Because I'm talking. Hey, I'm a man of all fucking shit, man. I talk
this shit.
football. I talk about everything.
The moon, our
It was
only
man-made, hollow, and it was
potentially
moved
two moons
there.
in one.
Huh?
It's potentially 2 moons in one, because a previous moon is possibly have crashed into that moon and been absorbed by it.
Look at the fucking size of our moon compared to the Earth versus every other moon compared to its planet.
Huge.
The fuck?
Ours is hollow, and again, they don't go back there
Full of cheese.
because there's buildings there, there's construction, but they were told not to go. Even the Buzz Aldrin seen it and said it. Quick fact, 1945, the Nazis and all that Germany, how quickly they were evolving with technology, all that shit. They got help from the aliens. And
Wait a minute.
that's why they got the jets and all these rocket bombs, and they had supposedly they found the plane. Anyways, in
I don't believe that the aliens would help the Nazis do anything evil, though, because I feel like aliens are good.
well, at the end of the day,
I don't know the moral compass of
count.
aliens.
Maybe those aliens were a little bit cuckoo. But anyways, 1947, because they thought the Nazis built something in Antarctica, like a real huge place. They sent this guy, Bill Berg, who was a captain or general.
Okay.
Destroyers, planes, navigation, all that shit, those big battle cruisers. They came back, they told them it was an expedition. They came back, busted up. The aliens fucked them up and go, don't ever come back here or we're gonna fuck you guys harder.
So that's what the aliens said to the Nazis in Antarctica.
Not to the Nazis. These were Americans that went to look for the Nazis. And the Americans went there to look for, and they didn't, but they found the aliens kicking their ass and said, don't come back.
But we've been to Antarctica many times since. Even right now, there's people in Antarctica.
And that spot, I don't know where the spot is, bro.
And there's a spot there that just the aliens are sitting at.
There was a headquarters.
Freezing to death.
Yes, Pat.
Interesting. Well, no, because did you read Buzz Aldrin just went to Antarctica about a year ago.
Okay.
And he tweeted, "It's hell down here." It's like it was the scary. Look for Buzz Aldrin tweet.
What
Antarctica,
did he say? What did he say?
That he was super afraid. It was like full of terror. There is something
and
going
what
on
was
in
his
Antarctica.
context, though?
Yeah.
No one knows. He won't say what it was.
See, he never admitted to seeing aliens either, but he didn't say, no, I did not.
No, there's crazy stuff going on in Antarctica.
Thank you. Okay, Reimer. You know what, guys?
Okay,
I don't
listen,
know.
hold on. But let me back it up.
Let's just give this a final thought each. Go ahead.
No, do you think the aliens are responsible for the pyramids?
They had something to do with them.
Right, and just the Egyptian pyramids or the Latin American pyramids?
Everyone, because they're all so similar and they're also lined up with the equator to the sun, the measurements. They're too perfect for a guy who's sitting there with a stone and a rock in his hand, looking at the sky going, oh, pi equals square times my dick equals the fucking pi. It doesn't work like that. And then the ones in Mexico to be exactly the same, or those fucking heads that are looking out at that Stonehenge, Easter Island, whatever.
Yeah.
Way too many crazy shit, man.
And so humans couldn't have done this.
I didn't say that. With help, I said.
Of other humans.
No.
They would need better tools than we have evidence that they have.
Did you see, like, and there's one building in the Egyptian thing there. It's so straight and carved out, like to the top. It's like a pillar.
Yeah.
It's about 100 feet.
Yeah.
But the inside looks like they went with like a camera right into it. If you look at the cutting, it was not done by my little tick, tick, tick with the hammer and a fucking piece of steel. It looked carved from a laser. Like a laser, or like a cutting tool that they use today to, even the guy goes, even today, for you to give me this piece of marble to cut these kind of things out would take a long time. Mm-hmm. So how did they do
it? By hand and chip it out slowly. I think modern.
No. Back then it was marble. This thing was a granite marble rock. Okay. It wasn't the pyramid kind of rock. It was like a
special rock.
It was like a pillar. He goes, today we couldn't even do this. It'd be so hard.
So imagine all the construction, our civilization collapses, someone pulls the plug, we don't have Wi-Fi, we've lost all this information, and we kind of roam around for the next 1,000 years, all right? And then people kind of rediscover these big cities and they go, how the hell did they build these towers, like these monoliths of the CN Tower, or let alone...
Yeah, okay, I got it.
People go, whoa, how did this happen, man?
But we had technology at our
But let's say all that documentation's lost.
Oh, well, you know what? Shoulda, coulda, woulda. What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm
This
just
thing
saying,
there,
so we
back
would
then...
speculate going, man, there must have been some aliens who built this.
That's right.
Well, yeah, but it weren't aliens. It was just, humans. Just
Okay, how did the humans do it then?
regular 26 chromosomes.
But what did they do? How did they do it? With their what?
23andMe.
There is the people who are called the theorists who believe. Then there's the people who counter it, and they say they used sand to build it up, and then they would put another rock, build it up, and then after they just pull away the sand.
Yeah, they were perfectionists. They really took their
it
time.
took 1 million men, 1 million slaves for 20 years. It could be done. But there's other stuff, the designs and the tombs and the tunnels and all these underground cities. You know what? They're very fucking skilled people back then. Too bad.
Just get an intergalactic contractor.
Yeah, I
Well,
think that's an easy way to overglaze it. You know, God did this. If it wasn't God, then it was an alien.
Well, you know what? Great example. Who's just said?
Who's to say God isn't an alien, bitch?
The Vatican, big fanatics of the aliens. If you ever look at some of their pictures, there's a little guy, a little typical little midget wop. He's he's pointing at the painting at an alien, like a fire, like a ship, and they're looking at it. And this was drawn in the 1800s.
Right.
So the Indian people, they have the carpet rides, the magic carpet ride.
Yeah.
Those were called mananas or something like that. They were actual alien like flying machines.
Right, like land
Like a
speeders from the
UFO.
Star Wars.
Like a hoverboard.
Like but again, back then they called it the carpet ride, whatever. But if you see them, they have the Indian areas. I don't know. I'm not very good with the where they
The
are.
geography or whatever, yeah.
But they have the pictures like of an actual helmet of the man wearing like goggles, like protective gear, like he's going up to space. Those are like they're there and in pictures and
Okay, why didn't the aliens leave photographs?
they did.
No, these are just drawings.
Well,
Who's
to the
say-
best
is
of
that
their
just
knowledge,
some
they
mushrooms or some.
all those pictures in those caves. Don't you see some sort of drawings of heads and this? Like what is all that?
They weren't very good with the freehand.
Oh, but
It took a while to kind of perfect, you know.
they didn't have a fucking. I guess
anatomically
they didn't
correct
have a
sculpture, let alone a
points.
person.
I'm sure they didn't have a fucking .7 stiletto Parker pen. Maybe that's
No,
why.
there you go. And that's why Da Vinci is considered, you know, one of the great artists because he's the first person to break down the autonomy of a person and the proportions of head to nose to mouth when you draw somebody on paper. It wasn't really mastered up until that point, at least in Western civilization.
I have no comment, man. I don't know. Those glyphics, they all mean nothing. They were just.
If you were to go back in time and show an iPhone to a caveman, he would think that you were an alien. He would think that you were from another place in time.
That's right.
And the aliens that quote unquote currently exist, we're talking about like when you're out in space, you're not measuring things the same way that we measure things. So these aliens are literally light years evolved beyond we are.
Oh,
so how the fuck could we possibly
can't.
comprehend
Yeah.
what that is?
Yeah.
And I have had some pretty intense like spiritual experiences, but I have not ever had an actual UFO sighting. But I have people in my life that have, and I have people in my life that have and have had it like significantly change them. They're like, oh, I didn't think that this could possibly exist, but now I know unequivocally that
Where
it
did they
does.
see them?
One person saw them
Like in a city?
no, cottage country.
Burning Man.
This is what I was just going to say.
One was in cottage country, one was in the middle of nowhere in Michigan.
Did you ever watch, there's a Star Trek episode when they go, because they don't want to contaminate the people, they always look for, okay, we're going to land in this part because there's not many people. And that's why, and the guy goes, no wonder aliens are always seen like in cottage countries or like places where there's no like volume of people.
Yeah, less light, more booze and alcohol and drugs.
I guess.
More open space. That's
Yeah.
where.
What about those crop circles?
Those are man-made.
See,
Lol.
beginning
How?
a couple were proven to do it, but then there was a couple that they found radiation right underneath them, like pure, like it wasn't like it wasn't just like a piece of wood plank doing it. And some of those designs were fucking ridiculous, and those were the ones found with the radiation and the stuff burning around the edges.
There's radiation everywhere. There's radiation.
No, but you got to watch it. Those things
all
will
of the
burn the
stuff.
tips. Anyways, you know what? Final thoughts.
Well, my final thought is that regardless
Because I
of
don't want people to think that we're alien, like cuckoo, like crazy.
no. My thought is that regardless of what's on Earth, what's out there, what's around, like we can't really know. And how fucking fun is it to have a conversation like this? Because yes, I love to talk about it, but I also kind of take it with a grain of salt. Like I'm not gonna go and completely change my life around this stuff, but I love it. I love a mystery. I love an unsolved mystery. And I love finding these sort of answers to these unknown questions that we don't know are true, but that ring true to my intuition. That makes me feel good. And I love this shit.
And me too. I love science fiction. And you know what? My final thought, these shows that are made, like Paul with the little gray and this, they're all categorized as like, so they could put them out there so we could see it on TV. So one day when they appear, we don't panic, because that's a good
Not the first
strategy,
time I've
right?
heard that.
Like they keep giving us examples of these aliens. Because one day we'd shit our pants if they all came down. But anyways, that's my final thought.
My final
believe
thought.
in it.
My
I
final
didn't
thought.
say it. So
I
you're
want to get a final
next.
thought
You're
in here.
next.
I'm
Let me finish my fucking sentence.
your final
You're
thought.
slapping the
Next.
table like it's gonna ding.
Anyways, as I was saying, my final thought, I believe in it, but again, I'm not a fucking, like, I'm not like crazy about it, but like into it, but I do believe there's somebody else here for sure.
Yeah, it's a Jay's hat, not a tinfoil hat
Yeah,
he's got on.
exactly. Next.
It's a Jays
Blue
hat.
Jays,
Blue Jays, not a tinfoil hat.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh, great, you're gonna make me talk about
I would love
sports
if there was proof of this and we saw it and it existed.
There's a lot of proof.
Absolutely. Okay. I'd love to. Bob Lazar was like, he was
Bob
vindicated.
Lazar, yes,
Yeah,
very
he was
good.
vindicated, and people said, you're right. You saw it. It happened. Here's the evidence. Okay. But it's a little far-fetched because far too many people at this point in our history have witnessed UFOs than they have previously in history. And it seems the more we talk about it, the more people recognize it. And I don't see, just as like people might have believed that there was dragons, we don't have evidence of fire-breathing dragons outside of folklore. I think it definitely exists in that manner of folklore. And space is far too vast. Like,
Yeah.
it's just that one little speck. It takes
But-
tens of thousands of years
But
for
there is
a blink
people-
of light to hit this
Yeah,
planet.
no, they squeeze the distance. You don't know anything about the distance.
Sure, we can talk wormholes and
But I'm
space-time
telling you, the
continuums.
Canadian
I
minister,
love that game.
there's people who admitted it, and I'm going to end it again. The Canadian minister said it's true. Ronald Reagan, even Ronald Reagan said, he goes, he didn't say there is, he goes, I wouldn't be surprised though if we should be worried about other people sometimes than ourselves. What was that little speech he said
Right,
about?
so the lizard people are amongst us. I have no idea.
Okay,
Is it,
anyways,
Well,
you know
if
what?
you
is
ask
it
a
Gorbachev
sign-
take down that wall?
Ding, dang, break, guys. Listeners, we'll be right back. Dong. Welcome back, listeners. You know what? At Blowhard, we definitely go outside the box sometimes and talk all kinds of craziness.
Today we
This
went out
was-
to the atmosphere.
Yeah, literally. Like, we had no idea that we were going to discuss aliens, but I like it because I enjoy that topic. And just, I think Reimer's really he's really against it. But look, I just Googled about the moon thing. There was, they used to have, when they landed, him and Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, there was a moment of silence because they found the channel that the people were listening in. So they turned that off and they went to another channel and they would say, Santa Claus is watching us. And there was they were using code words for the aliens. And they were saying, because instead of saying there's an alien looking at me, because they knew people down below were listening, they started making code names. Anyways, that's my ending on that. People, if you like it, believe it. You know what? I think it's fun. At the end,
Honestly, I want to know, because I love a conspiracy theory. There's one that Avril
do
Lavigne
you believe
is-
they went to the moon?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I've seen some shit. I don't know. I watched a documentary in high school. I don't know.
Yeah, but then I believe, watch Aliens on the Moon. They actually show you things that are on there. And they were told not to go back. But again,
But why would you not go back?
they'll shoot you with laser guns. I don't know.
I think if you want to encounter some aliens, I think a good heroic dose of mushrooms might aid you on contacting them. But otherwise, I don't feel as though they've reached out to us recently.
You can't,
to
you
give us
don't
any
always have to
updates.
make everything you're high and shit, man.
You know
This-
what, Reimer? Sometimes you have to pick up the phone.
Yeah, you
You
have
don't
to.
right.
always wait for the aliens to call. Sometimes
Yeah,
you
yeah,
pick
you
up
call
the
them, man. It's fucking
I've got some old
999.
records and radio parts. Maybe someone ET can come and put them together and send us
What
a
did he do?
transmitter.
Sit on his finger? Did he give you the finger? Go fuck yourself? Anyways, you know what?
I haven't seen him to
Sabrina,
believe him.
you have any final thoughts?
I mean, my only final thought going back is that one of my favorite conspiracy theories that I don't know a lot about is that Avril Lavigne died and that there's a fake clone of her running around. There's a lot of stuff like this. So listeners, we want to know what your favorite conspiracy theories are. We want to look into them so that maybe we can chat about them on or off the podcast, just because we do really love this stuff. But we want to know what you think about the whole alien thing, which came out of
And Avril
nowhere
Lavigne's
for
a
us.
clone.
And then what's your favorite conspiracy theory?
Did Led Zeppelin sell their soul to the devil to become the best band in the world?
Yeah.
That's what they said.
Well, they said Robert Johnson did the same thing.
Well, there you go. You know what? Do we have to subscribe anything?
Yeah, subscribe, find us. We're on every single platform that there is. And now you can actually download the podcast, find us on iHeartRadio. So blowhardtalkhard@gmail.com. Let us know your thoughts, questions, favorite conspiracy theories, thoughts on aliens. No nudes, please. Only tasteful if you do. But yeah, we appreciate you guys.
Sounds good to me. Primer?
We're out.
Bye.
Julia? Oh, have a good week, people. It's not a new show. You know what? It's not a fucking new show. It's welcome back from the break. Continue to the aliens.